what do you do?
I'm an acupuncturist.
Really? I don't believe in acupuncture.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of a bunch of hocus pocus, right? I actually went to an acupuncturist once, but it didn't work.
Oh, what did you go for? What happened?
My shoulder was hurting, and I had an acupuncture treatment, but it still hurts sometimes.
You just went for acupuncture one time and your shoulder wasn't all better? I see. What happened to your shoulder?
Well, I played a lot of volleyball in high school and college, and I served a lot. It's the shoulder of my serving arm. It's been kind of messed up for a long time. Years. Sometimes it hurts to lift anything, and sometimes it kind of pops in and out of joint.
Did you ever go to see a doctor about it?
Yes, many times. They even sent me to an orthopedic specialist.
Okay, and that didn't cure your shoulder?
Not really. They gave me some anti-inflammatory painkiller stuff and told me to ice it, but it didn't really help. Sometimes it's okay and sometimes it's pretty bad. They sent me for an x-ray and an MRI, but they said they didn't see anything structurally wrong, so I wasn't a candidate for surgery. Actually, it was the orthopedic surgeon who suggested I try acupuncture.
So do you believe in Western medicine?
Believe in it? It's not the same thing. I mean, Western medicine is real science. It's not a question of believing in it or not. Acupuncture is like faith healing or witchcraft or something, right? You have to believe in it or it doesn't work.
I don't see it that way. Acupuncture is real. It works whether you believe in it or not. But by what you've told me, maybe you shouldn't believe in Western medicine. Think about it. How many times have you gone to the doctor for something and actually been cured? Really cured?
Well, I've gone when I had a cold and they gave me antibiotics.
Did that cure you?
I mean, I took them and I got better.
Oh, how long did that take?
About a week.
And have you ever had a cold and didn't go to the doctor or take antibiotics?
Of course, plenty of times.
And how long does it usually take you to get better?
I don't know, about a week.
Right. And how many times would you say you've been to a doctor about your shoulder?
I couldn't even tell you. On and off since my 20s, probably at least 10 or 15 times.
So after 10 or 15 visits with doctors and specialists, your shoulder's not cured, and the times you say the doctors helped you, you took just as long to get better with antibiotics as when you didn't go to the doctor or take drugs, but you still believe in Western medicine? But after years of your shoulder not getting better with years of Western medicine, you went to an acupuncturist once and your shoulder's not cured, so you don't believe in acupuncture? Is that what you're saying?
I think I see what you mean. But still, Western medicine makes sense. But acupuncture is all about qi and yin and yang and stuff, right? How can that even be real?
Well, if Western medicine is real, why isn't your shoulder better? Why didn't you get better just from going to see the doctor?
That's a good question. But still, it's science.
Acupuncture is science too, just based on a different kind of thinking. You're just not used to it, so it sounds like hocus pocus to you. But let me make some statements to you, and I want you to tell me if they make sense to you or if they sound crazy.
Okay.
This tabletop here is made mostly out of empty space. True or crazy?
True.
And apart from the empty space, it's made out of things called protons, neutrons, and electrons. But they aren't really things that are really there. They're really probabilities that a certain arrangement of energy is in a certain place at a certain time. True or crazy?
True.
And really, matter and energy are somehow the same thing because E equals mc squared, which means that energy is mass multiplied by the square of the speed of light. So if you just take some physical stuff and multiply it by some numbers, you get energy. True or crazy?
True.
You're telling me none of this sounds crazy to you?
No, because I've taken science classes. I can't really say I understand it, but I know it's true.
But how do you know it's true if you can't tell with your own perceptions? If you smash your face into this tabletop, which you say is mostly empty space, do you think it's not going to hurt?
No, of course it would.
So why do you think these things are true?
Because even if I don't understand it and I can't observe it, there are scientists who do. And when they can do experiments, and make things based on these ideas, and they work, so that proves it's true. Like, I don't really know how a microwave oven works. I mean, I know there's some kind of electromagnetic waves that pass through the food and excite the water and the water molecules in it so it gets hot, but I don't really know what that means or how it works. But I know if I put my food in there and push the buttons, it gets hot. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. So are you saying that even if you don't understand it, there are some people who do, and anyway, you don't have to understand it for it to work? Exactly. Well, that's exactly what I'm telling you about acupuncture. You just went one time and you're judging the whole of acupuncture not to work based on one appointment you had with one acupuncturist. Well, at the same time, you've been to many doctors many times for your shoulder without much success, but you still think Western medicine works. You're not applying the same standard at all. And I think that's because you don't understand the thinking behind acupuncture. Things like qi and yin and yang, because you've never been taught about them, and they're not part of your cultural upbringing, which has conditioned your thinking. Meanwhile, you don't really understand Western science, but you accept it as true, even against your own experience, because it is part of your cultural upbringing. It's such a basic part of your outlook that you don't even think of it as belief. You just think it's true. But what about the fact that science works?
Well, if you want to call Western medicine science, as far as your own experience goes, it actually doesn't work from what you've told me. But let's apply the same standard to acupuncture. How can you tell if something works? Is one time enough? I mean, if you put something in the microwave oven and push the buttons and nothing happened, would you say microwaves don't work? You'd probably be so set in your belief that microwave ovens work that you would keep trying. You'd check to see if it was plugged in, if the power was on, and so on. And if it was, you'd probably figure there was something wrong with that microwave oven and try another one. I bet if you acted like that with acupuncture for your shoulder, to keep on trying until it worked, your shoulder would get a lot better. But even if it didn't, would that prove acupuncture didn't work in a scientific way?
Well, no, not really, because I'm just one person. Like if there was a drug trial for ibuprofen, they would have to test it on lots of people, because it might not work for one person, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't work for others.
Exactly. So if you want to know if acupuncture really works, what would you have to do?
Real scientific research.
Exactly. And did you know that there is real scientific research that shows that acupuncture works as well or better than Western medicine for many conditions?
Really?
Yep. That's why in 2017, the American College of Physicians released new evidence-based clinical practice guidelines that recommend that people with back pain be first treated with non-drug therapies, including acupuncture. If you're interested, I can show you how to find those guidelines and the original research behind it.
Well, that might be cool. But how about if we try some more acupuncture on my shoulder right now?
There's just one problem.
What?
You're a sock puppet. You don't have any shoulders.
Achoo!